guys, hello. I know it's been a while. It's a different feeling every day now. Having to be quarantined. We live in Rhode Island, and we've been asked by the governor to stay home. First of all, I want to say I hope everybody's safe and healthy and staying home. So here with my wife.
Hello.
So I've been home for 2 weeks now, and this week I started working from home remotely, and it's been challenging, it's been interesting, but so I have not left the house at all in 2 weeks. My wife has been going out and doing little trips. Can you explain what you've been doing with the girls?
Yeah, so we figured out that the safest way to get out of the house and get some energy out and some fresh air is to go to parks that don't have playgrounds. And we've been going for some hikes and some nice walks, and if it's rainy, we just go for a long drive down a scenic route just to break up the day. Usually the girls take a nap in the car, so then I can park and catch up on some work. And yeah, it's been good to just get out. We've been exploring different parks around Rhode Island, some of them that we had never been to, so it's kind of the way that we're coping.
And I'm a homebody, so I've just been hunkering down at the house, just getting stuff done, relaxing. Well, not anymore because I'm working from home now, but we both are. But today, my wife suggested we go out and into this park. It's a huge park, has a little lake. Social distancing will be fine, and it's about 25 minutes from our house. And I said, you know what? The weather's not too cold. Let's change it up a little bit. Well, for me, change it up, and I agreed to it. And this is my first time going out, and also I just took a shower. I didn't take a shower.
Big day.
I feel really fresh and refreshed.
It's okay.
So we're excited. It's a family day here. So I'm very interested to know, what have you guys been doing, staying at home and shelter in place and all these quarantine things? What have you been doing to keep busy? Let me know down in the comments. We're very curious. I want to share that. Let my wife know too what you've been doing. So we always read the comments, and I always share the comments, and I try to reply to most of them when I get a chance. So, one of the things that we've been pondering and thinking about during this whole time in extreme and odd times is that just be grateful for the things that you have and the things that you're going through, because it could be way worse. I mean, we've been listening and hearing about all these families going through, family members dying, and family members having to bury or go through a death in their family and not even be there in the last moments, in the last minutes of their life. And I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to adjust the camera here. And I already went through the death of one of my parents, and I could not even imagine not being there in their last moments. I was there in the last moments till when my mom had her last breath, and I could not even imagine not being there. Or a couple of my friends are having babies, their spouses and family members can't be there. Or a lot of people are having weddings, and I'm a minister, and I can feel that, and I was in a conference call where some of the elected officials were telling us, hey, listen, funerals are to be held live stream, and no people can be there. And it's just knowing that and having to communicate that, and it's just really hard to accept at times. But just thinking about all the things that we sometimes take for granted, especially when it comes to our health, when it comes to our jobs, when it comes to our friendships, when it comes, I was listening to somebody say, hey, I will never reject a hug anymore. And it's just interesting to see the different perspectives from people that have been voicing out their displeasure of not being able to get out more, not being able to go to restaurants, and I know there's many times that we feel that we are in a position where we don't need anything until we do. So, this is just a test of our faith. It's a test of who we are, our character, and how we think of others too in times of need, in times of uncertainty. So it's a time to think about how much quality time you've been spending with your family too, and at this time, when for us it's my wife, and we have 2 children under 2.5, and we have a dog, and it's just been a time to be able to readjust and just learn to enjoy each moment that we have, because we don't know how much longer we have with each other. No one knows. And so we're heading out to the park. We're excited. We're probably just gonna walk around. We're not gonna touch anything, and then we'll come back, and I hope to capture this moment so we can look back and just think about how strange and this time was for almost every country in the world to be going through this. I'm from Honduras, and everybody's quarantined in Honduras, mandatory down there throughout the whole country, and it's insane what's going on here and there and everywhere else. And so just wanted to share what we've been doing, and we're fine, thank God, and we're praying for our elected officials and all those who are in the forefront of trying to combat this. Whether it be firefighters or teachers giving school classes online, or whether it be the nurses, the doctors, the governors. Everybody has to make really hard decisions for everybody else just to keep us safe, and we have to do our part as well. Mrs. LatinLabel, any words that you want to share?
No, I think that sums it up. My philosophy during this whole thing is one day at a time, and sometimes even one moment at a time. Not to think about too much what's happening in the whole country or the whole world, trying to focus on local and try to focus on what we can do, and try to enjoy every day as much as possible. Not so much get through it, but actually really enjoy the time that we're spending together and not take it for granted.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. And always keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind this thought that God is certainly at work here through all of this. This is not just something that's just popping up. This is something major, and there's a lot of major instances where God is calling our attention to get closer to Him. And if you can, which we can, it's just a matter if you want to, it's a time to reflect on Him. And sometimes these things are not things that we can understand, but we can place our faith in God, who is in control of these things. Ahora también.
¿Eso? Uno, dos. No sé.
Quédate ahí, quédate ahí. No, ellos salen afuera a hacer pipí.
Papi, no está moviendo.
No, porque ahí le gusta estar en el agua. Hey guys, so I'm surprised that there's so many people out here today. And that's not even the trail. The trail was full of people. I mean, we've all been wanting to get out of the house and just go somewhere. So, yeah, my daughter wanted to sit in one of the benches. I'm like, nope, you're not touching anything. So she didn't get to sit on one of the benches, but a couple afterwards sat in the benches. And hey, you just gotta be safe. You never know. So I saw people sitting there right after I said no, and so I'm glad I said no. Just a little one. All right, guys, stay safe. It's been fun, and hey, stay connected. Okay. Leave me some comments. I hope you're not doing bad at all. I hope you're healthy, and I hope you remember that we're all in this together. Okay, God bless.